Good evening, I'm Camden Cohn, and our sports ticker is brought to you by the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services. Earlier today, the Husker football program announced 4 seniors as winners of the 2024 Team Awards. Defensive lineman Ty Robinson was selected as the recipient of the Guy Chamberlain Trophy. Running back Ramir Johnson was the winner of the Tom Novak Award. Safety Isaac Gifford earned the Cletus Fisher Native Son Award, and John Bullock was selected for the Cornhusker Award. The Chamberlain and Novak Awards were chosen by a vote of media members, while the Native Son and Cornhusker Awards were selected by the coaching staff. For more information on the backstory of each award, visit Huskers.com. Nebraska Athletics announced the groundbreaking of Phase 2 of the new track and field complex today. Phase 2 includes permanent bleachers for roughly 2,000 fans, restrooms, indoor practice throwing areas, hospitality spaces, concessions, and team changing areas. The facility is scheduled to be completed by October 2025. And finally, there are a couple of bowl games today. Toledo beat Pitt 48-46 in 6 overtimes. Currently, Rutgers leads Kansas State 24-17 late in the second quarter, and later tonight at 8, Arkansas State takes on Bowling Green. There's also one NFL game tonight as the Bears host the Seahawks. Kickoff is set for 7:15 and can be watched on Amazon Prime. Our sports ticker is brought to you by the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services. Call a timeout if you or someone you know is struggling or in crisis. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is there. Call, text, or chat 988. It's free, confidential, and staffed with trained counselors ready to listen and provide support. Hour 1 of Sports Nightly is up next, right here on the Huskers Radio Network.
Coming to you live from Memorial Stadium, it's Sports Nightly. All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who remind you to buckle up and put the phone down.
Up top, Buchanan just shoots the 3 on a good kick out, missed it. And the rebound kept alive by Mia. Tremendous play by Mia to Hoiberg, to Asijan. The 3 ball, got it. Man, what a play by Mia to keep that thing alive. Down inside, intercepted pass by Mia. He thought about bringing the ball up for himself, but stops and gives it off to Woosters. Down inside, Buchanan, extra pass Gary, extra pass Williams, steps into a 3, got it. Williams with a 3 on great ball movement after the turnover.
At the logo at half court with 8 to shoot. Guarded by Morgan, back to Rimdahl on the near wing. Takes the drive, takes the turn, flips it up, and it counts! And a foul. Birdie Rimdahl would not be denied as she came in for the right side. Fouled by Dunn, and she'll shoot 1. Nisley on the right wing, spins, slips to the deep right side. Kendall Coley, couple of dribbles. 1:39 to go. Nisley's 3. You betcha! In front of the Husker bench. Third 3 for Nisley. She's got 11.
Now, here are your hosts, Greg Sharpe and Jessica Coody on the Huskers Radio Network.
Stepping into a 3, got it, 3 ball, bang, orang here from the first points of the game. And Bryce, who had 32 points on Monday night, gets the first 3 of the game as he knocks it home. Bounce pass, medium pivot right side, extended, the lane line extended out. It comes to Gary on the weak side left, puts it up and down, bang, orang for Jawan Gary. Another Central Valley Ag 3, chest pass right of Siege and fakes, drives, 2 defenders on him, too hot to handle in the pass, but Gary somehow saves the possession. Gary to Wooster, gathers, puts it up short, rebound authoritatively by Mia, out it comes to Asijan, got it, bang, orang, Connor Asijan after a great offensive rebound by Braxton Mia. Wooster midcourt left, has a screen by Braxton Mia, he pick and roll, double team, pass in the corner, and Berkay buries the 3. BK with a big 3. Another Central Valley Ag 3, and it's 29-24 Nebraska. Williams, right side, Hoiberg, 3 ball. Got it! Bang! Orang! Sammy, my boy! Sam Hoiberg, who has found the going difficult from 3 this year, nails it to give Nebraska the 1-point, 48-47 lead. Here's Williams with the basketball, coming left to right at the foul line, and gives it off to Asijan, put it up, no good off the back of the rim. Big rebound by Berkay, put back up and in, He put that puppy back up and in. Offensive rebound off the miss by Asijan, and an and one for Bear K. Gary back to Wooster, jump pass in the corner. Now Gary puts it on the floor, draws a double. Wooster high post at the foul line. Turn around, jump shot, good! From your MVP, Bryce Williams hits it. He's got 20, 21. Williams to Gary, now to Wooster, back to Williams, comes down the left side, stops, reverses it off between the circles to Wooster. 8 on the shot clock. Wooster with a drive against Kings, lost it, fell down, flips it out. Bear K 3, banked it home! The bank is open here in Honolulu! And Bear K bangs it in. Now inside the Buchengel. Point blank, wheels one way. Now the other lost the handle. Kicks it out. 1 on the shot clock. It's up. It's no good. They keep it alive. Hoiberg's got it. Hoiberg to Asijan. 55 seconds left to go. Nebraska has the basketball. Up by 6. The drive by Williams. Puts it up and in. Williams takes that puppy and kisses it in off the glass. And that may shut the door on this thing.
Well, a very Merry Christmas to you, Husker Nation. Happy holidays. Welcome to New York City, New York, or actually inside Rose Hill Gym, historic Rose Hill Gym. And very fitting because obviously Huskers celebrating a big win in the Diamond Head Classic, the first regular season tournament title win for Nebraska basketball since 2000. So congratulations to Fred Hoiberg and the Huskers winning that Diamond Head Classic out in Honolulu. I'm Jessica Coody, joined by Damon Benning tonight here on Sports Nightly. Greg Sharpe has the night off. He'll be joining us back on the show tomorrow night for a full 2 hours before we preview. We'll talk lots previewing and leading into kickoff in the Pinstripe Bowl here in New York. But man, it's been a fun week. But first of all, we have to kick off the show congratulating that basketball team. What a performance out there in Hawaii.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I really like the fact that offenses got into a little bit of a rhythm, a little bit of efficiency. But defensively, you know, they have the makings of a really, really good defensive team. So I like the fact that their chemistry, they look like a cohesive group. Like they have a ton of fun, right? And maybe an emerging star in the Big Ten and Bryce Williams. So got some help from Juwan last night, who kind of gives them their toughness and their mentality. But it's going to be a fun team to watch. They play hard every night. Yeah,
absolutely. Bryce Williams, the Diamond Head Classic tournament MVP, averaged over 25, 22 a game. He had another 25-point night performance in the championship game, 7 rebounds. And, you know, here's a guy that he was really good a year ago. He's very versatile and has had the potential to go pro, whether that be overseas or whatnot last year, but decided to come back. It's still early, obviously, but here is a perfect example of how you can come back and improve your stock going into, you know, your pro career.
Absolutely. We were talking on the way over here this morning that, you know, I was looking at this efficiency chart and kind of these breakdowns when he came over from Charlotte, and just how versatile a 3-level scorer he was capable of being. And is very intriguing, right? When he got here to be in an offense like for Coach Hoiberg, and how he's just grown and evolved his offensive game, especially from an efficiency standpoint. You know, he can shoot it. He is a 3-level scorer. And I like the fact he does a lot of the little things where he's kind of like he's that all-you-can-eat buffet guy. He'll give you just a little bit of everything to make sure you're full.
I think for him, too, he just needed to be more aggressive. There were times last year when the team needed a bucket and he kind of deferred, and I think this year he is the guy and he is embracing that role. He just is. It's one of those things where it clicks, I feel like, for guys where you're like, okay, I'm better than most people at this level and let me score at will. I feel like that's kind of where Bryce is, and he's being way more aggressive, and it's really setting the tone for what the Huskers are doing offensively.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to do it all in all facets, right? Some of the ball handling pressure is a lead playing with Raleigh. He doesn't have to always be the glue guy. That's kind of a Sam thing. He doesn't always have to be the tough guy defensively. That's kind of a Juwan thing. So he gets to be a little bit of everything for everyone, and I think it has really been a nice match for him.
And Berke Buitengel was another bright spot from the championship game. You know, here's a guy that they've been raving about, and we've seen some flashes of how versatile he can be, how athletic, just his ability to stretch the floor. And we saw it last night. He hits down some big threes that allowed the Huskers to kind of stretch things out, but he played really well, had a career night, 16 points last night.
Yeah, deceptive. I watch him move without the ball a ton. His fitness is improving. He's not quite in elite level shape yet, but coming off the injuries in the offseason, he's really starting to round into form. And his ability to move without the basketball at his size kind of his touch, his deft around the rim and away from the rim. He's a tough matchup.
Again, we are coming to you from Rose Hill Gym, historic Rose Hill Gym at Fordham University, the site of the Huskers football team practice here in New York, leading up to kickoff. They've practiced here a couple different times, but this gym is historic. We took a tour of it. It is awesome. So how fitting is it that we're sitting here? I mean, call us Kent and Jake 2.0, I guess. If they ever need a sub in, we got them here.
Yeah, they're doing alohas from Hawaii on the islands.
We're in the snowy New York.
We're in like the friendly confines of Rose Hill. It's pretty. I like the natural lighting. It gives you kind of that old school gym feel. And they played some meaningful games in here. You've looked at some of the banners, and some of the great coaches in the Northeast are represented on these banners. It's pretty cool.
Basically the oldest Division I basketball
Active,
gym.
yeah.
Active primary gym in all of college basketball.
Yeah, not a bad place to be. I love the banners.
Well, we decided to keep it inside and stay warm, but Huskers obviously practicing outside. It's been a fun week. I mean, here in New York, you could tell we've talked about this a lot throughout the week, but this team is having some fun here in New York City.
Absolutely. And I'm telling you, the cool thing that I like having watched these guys all year along with yourself is their chemistry seems to be getting better as the season has grown on. I watched them at their team activities and how they interact, and they sprinkle in who they hang out with, who they sit with. I really like the camaraderie of this group. Maybe it's the strength in fewer numbers. I'm not quite sure. Maybe it's just the time spent theory, right? You tend to like people more the more you get to know them. And it's been fun to watch, especially during the different activities. Yeah,
and, just going back to Coach Hoiberg talked about that too, kind of tying in both these teams able to make these kinds of trips, which could be pay dividends later on for Coach Hoiberg this season, and then for this program course launching moving forward.
Yeah, there's lots of little things that can come of it that you don't think of, like learning how to travel together, learning how to spend inordinate amounts of time together, kind of being your own little community when you're on the road together. Football typically doesn't take long trips, right? We're the day before, we're back the next day, and basketball is sometimes go on a 3 or 4 day roadie. And learn how to hang out with one another and have much smaller groups, but the premise is still the same. Kind of relying on one another and spending time with one another. And this just that, you could probably say it better, that nice blend of youth and maturity. Yeah. There isn't a lot of middle. It's a lot of young guys and old guys. So to kind of see that come under the wing kind of deal, the baby bird thing, has been cool to watch.
Yeah, we've talked about that, throughout this week. Just, I think it says a lot about Coach Rule, the staff, the guys that decided to come back, that they want to play in this game. Ty Robinson, Nash Hopmaker, those guys. You look at the depth chart, there's a lot of guys that have the ones that have played a lot of football, started a lot of football games. But it's the guys that are backing those guys up that are pretty youthful, right?
Yeah. And it's just a cool blend. It's as the guys move around position-wise, and I mean, you've got, you've got a true freshman backing up a starter in Deshaun Singleton. You have a redshirt freshman backing up a fifth-year senior in Isaac Gifford. You go from Ty Robinson to Keona Davis along the defensive line. You've got a Bullock and a Shavers in the linebacking court. And MJ Sherman. And a Maverick Noonan, right? So not a lot in the middle, but it is cool to watch.
Same thing on the offensive line, too.
Right. Bryce Benhart and a Seagren, or you're thinking here's Ben Scott and Sledge. It's just, it's the next evolution. And that used to be how this program was built developmental-wise, right? You came in for a year, you worked, you tried to understand, like, the regimen and kind of the pecking order, and then your redshirt year, you hope to be in the mix, and the next year you hope to be a starter. Now, that's been expedited a little bit with college football and the freedom of movement, but I like the fact that this Nebraska team has tried to stay with the developmental roots.
Well, it was a fun Christmas day for this program. They started off at Central Park. I noticed you didn't quite make it out to Central Park. It was snowy. It was a little chilly.
It was a little chilly, and they ended up having mostly snowball fights and special teams walkthrough. I don't think I missed a ton, but just between the dogs running around the park, it seemed like it was chaos, but it was a good experience for the team because, as they're kind of doing their special teams call-outs and trying to go through the protocol, just their ability to dial in and focus. Right, just those little practice habits of, okay, there's a lot going on around me, but let me stay right here. I don't know. That might be portable later on down the road.
Listen, I got to tell you the story about the dog, okay? So they opened up the fence for the team to be able to do the walkthrough. Normally it's closed, right? So we're standing there and we're watching the team go do their thing, and then all of a sudden here comes this dog, and he's just, of course, going bonkers, running around like, oh my gosh, I'm free, diving into the snow. And so we're all kind of looking around like, whose dog is that? Why is he here? And then the dog just ends up running in the middle of the walkthrough. And the guy who just walks up and is just walking around the group, and then he comes up to us. He's like, what are you guys doing here? And so we thought he was a part of it.
Not a care in the world.
We thought maybe somebody knew him or something.
Maybe they were shooting a movie. He was an extra.
I mean, that's New York and Central Park for you. And I think Coach Rule said that, hey, welcome to New York. But it just is kind of fitting that here comes somebody that's just taken in Central Park that thought they'd take advantage of the open field.
Different. Very, very different here.
Well, we knew we had a little bit of a heads up that the snowball fight was happening, and so we were, of course, all the cameras were rolling. And once Coach Rule threw that first one, he had kind of packed it in, like he was getting ready to throw it. And then once he threw the first one, boy, it was on. But it was fun to see. Were you surprised to see how competitive he was?
No, that's what I was just gonna. It doesn't shock me at all. He has to win everything. It doesn't. We were doing songs for the Christmas dinner yesterday, and it was the 12 days of Christmas, and so he sectioned off all the tables to like do their part, and he encouraged to be the most competitive, 5 French horns or 9 dancing ladies. He's like, oh, you got, he just, it's important to carry your own weight and win. He is highly, highly competitive.
Well, in the video that we posted on social, there was only a short clip, but he was running around. He was chasing Dylan. I think you saw there was 2 separate videos that went out, but he was going to make sure that he got his quarterback with a snowball. But I got a chance to chat with him following the walkthrough / snowball fight in Central Park. This is prime snow for snowballs, right?
Legendary East Meadow. I'm winded from running away from everybody. They wanted to hit me pretty badly there. Now, fun to come up to East Meadow and get the guys out of the hotel.
I mean, who gets to say they could do this, practice and have a walkthrough in Central Park in New York City?
Well, they practiced hard for 2 days, and so today on Christmas, have a little fun, go to the next game, see a little bit of the city, and enjoy something they'll probably never see again.
I know this place means a lot to you. How much has it meant to you to be able to come back and bring this group of guys for this bowl game?
Well, like Ramir was just telling the guys, he was born in Mount Sinai right there, and so this is our home, his home, my home, so to share with the guys, to show them, it's all the small things, right, like this, that make this place great.
You talked a lot about it, but being involved with football, with this group, with this program on Christmas, that's what you want, right?
Absolutely. We spend a lot of time together. Christmas is for family. These guys are our family, so it's great.
All right. What's your favorite part about New York?
Oh, I could walk here for hours. Like, if it was up to me right now, I would just walk. I walked probably 30,000 steps yesterday just seeing the people, seeing the architecture. It's one of a kind.
Number 1 overall draft pick in a snowball fight from this team.
Oh, that's a great question. It was all the Miami guys that had the most fun. Amari, Willis, I'd say probably Amari. He's fast, he's athletic, and he's got a good arm.
Just how much fun is it for this group just to be able to take in New York City, a lot of them for the first time?
Yeah, I mean, the first night, I think a lot of them just, they walked around the city. They saw Times Square, the Rockefeller Tree. So, like I said, guys, even the guys, we had Houston just got here from Hawaii. He's out here playing with snow, so it's, something they haven't done before.
Appreciate your time, Coach.
Thank you.
He was saying he's a little winded, but he was running pretty hard to get away get away from those guys. But again, I think you could tell too, just talking to him, how much New York means to him and how much this group, it's meant to him to be able to bring this group here. I mean, there's all these other bowl destinations that you could go to, but you could tell a lot of these guys on this coaching staff with ties to this area, it's meant a lot for them to be able to bring this group here.
Yeah, 100%. It's really good call right there, because I think, the season was such a grind. And I think these last 3 or 4 weeks, he's found a way to be recharged, encouraged. He's got the staff hires done. He's kind of got the team shaved down a little bit. He's got, the new staff additions. They're in a bowl game. He's back home. The last 3 or 4 weeks, he seems like he's plugged back in and recharged again, and we're starting to see it.
Well, we just getting started here on Sports Nightly. Much more to come. We're going to dive into more of the matchup here against Boston College, more of what we've seen in practices. And we're going to hear from the two new coaches that have been brought onto the staff that are here coaching during bowl preparations. So with Phil Simpson and DeKel Shorts Jr. So keep it here on Sports Nightly. Much more to come. And Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse and the official auto dealer of Husker Athletics.
Husker fans, it's game day, and Pizza Hut's got your perfect play. Score the game day special for just $29.99. Get 2 medium 3-topping pizzas, 8 boneless wings, and 5 breadsticks. Enough to feed 8 hungry fans. Pizza, wings, breadsticks, and more. It's the ultimate lineup to fuel your game day. Check out the full menu online at pizzahut.com or in store. Because remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
No matter what color you wear on game day or what color tractor you drive, there's one color Nebraskans trust to be a partner for life lived well. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska combines national power with Nebraska roots. Awarded the best health insurance experience in the heartland, Blue Cross delivers affordable, high-quality health plans for Medicare groups and individuals. Head to nebraskablue.com to find the coverage that's right for you. Team Blue says, go Big Red.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it's safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health, and find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraskachiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
In the heartland, where ambition thrives, there are those who are made and those who are made for more. Just like the Huskers on game day, Kloss, a leading producer of ag equipment, unleashes the power of ambition in the field. Discover why our cutting-edge machinery and unwavering support aren't just a promise, they're a commitment to your success. Because at Kloss, we know you are made for more. Visit your Kloss dealer or CLAAS.com.
No matter what color you wear on game day or what color tractor you drive, there's one color Nebraskans trust to be a partner for life lived well. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska combines national power with Nebraska roots. Awarded the best health insurance experience in the heartland, Blue Cross delivers affordable, high-quality health plans for Medicare groups and individuals. Head to nebraskablue.com to find the coverage that's right for you. Team Blue says, go Big Red.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect the ways water is breaking down your basement and damaging your home. Mold, cracks, and of course visible water are just a few signs your basement is compromised. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns. A free home inspection from Groundworks. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at groundworks.com. License number C142293.
On game day, every play counts. Now imagine having the same level of control in your field. Valley is where farming meets end zone efficiency. With AgSense remote irrigation technology, farmers become the MVPs of their fields. Real-time, play-by-play control means you're always ahead of the game. Score big with simplified irrigation technology from Valley, improving your life both on and off the field. Find your local Valley dealer at valleyirrigation.com.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard until the other team scores. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
From family road trips and a spacious SUV to heavy-duty hauling and a powerful truck, Woodhouse has the vehicle to fit your lifestyle. Purchasing a vehicle has never been easier thanks to our streamlined buying process. Browse a huge selection of new or pre-owned vehicles from top brands. View transparent pricing so you can find the vehicle that fits in your budget. And complete your purchase online. Shop when you want, where you want. It's the Woodhouse difference. Get started today at woodhouse.com.
Husker fans, it's game day, and Pizza Hut's got your perfect play. Score the game day special for just $29.99. Get 2 medium 3-topping pizzas, 8 boneless wings, and 5 breadsticks. Enough to feed 8 hungry fans. Pizza, wings, breadsticks, and more. It's the ultimate lineup to fuel your game day. Check out the full menu online at pizzahut.com or in store. Because remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it's safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health and find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
The Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center is sponsored by Akrs, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Akrs, solutions for every field. Welcome back to Sports Nightly. I'm Jessica Coody, coming to you from New York City, where the Huskers continue preparations for kickoff in the 2024 Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl. It will be played inside Yankee Stadium. Kickoff set for 11 a.m. They've been practicing here all throughout the week, and there's some new faces out on the practice field that are coaching these guys up in preparation for this bowl game. Some new additions to the coaching staff that Matt Rule has announced over the last couple of weeks, and a couple of the guys able to join the Huskers leading up to for these preparations for the bowl game. And one of those is Phil Simpson, who will be joining the Husker staff as the outside linebackers coach. He's new going into this season, but certainly not new to Nebraska, as he was a part of the staff back in 2023. He spent last season as a defensive analyst for Florida State. He's from Florida, was a longtime head coach in the Florida high school ranks, and actually was a big part of helping to recruit Ja'Cory Barney Jr., the Huskers' electric freshman receiver. He was a big part in the recruiting efforts to get Ja'Cory to come and commit to Nebraska back when he committed as a part of the 2024 signing class. And so Phil's got great ties down there to Florida and certainly knows Matt Rule and Nebraska really well. And in fact, you'll hear him talk about when the call came, it was a no-brainer. So I got a chance to chat with him after practice. Here's my conversation with the new outside linebackers coach, Phil Simpson. First of all, how about the snow on Christmas Eve and practicing in the snow here for bowl practice?
That's a beautiful morning. It's exciting times to be back up here, and it's a little cold, but it's a good sight, a good environment to be in, and so it's a great bowl game to be part of, and just excited for the whole experience we're having this week.
Well, how has it gone so far, just getting back and getting to work with these guys and preparing for a game that I know you guys really want to win?
It's been exciting. It's been great. Everything's been happening fast. It's trying to move the family up, find a home, practice, to working with kids, just throughout the portal process. So it's been moving pretty fast, but the coaches and players have been real supportive. I had some of the guys come in and kind of refresh them in the playbook, so it's been pretty good to kind of catch up to speed.
When Coach Will gives you that call to come back and be a part of the staff as the outside linebackers coach, why was this the right move for you to come back and be a Husker again?
When he called me, it was almost a no-brainer. It felt weird. I called my son, PJ. He's in the 10th grade. He's 16 years old, and I called him just to kind of give him the heads up and just, I guess, feel his thoughts. And the first thing he said was, "Let's go. We're moving back to Nebraska." I mean, they love the first experience here. They love Coach Rule. He's great to the boys. The experience was amazing here, and just coming back for an opportunity to have a room and work with the guys and be in this environment. I know the culture here with the guys that I work next to and the type of players we have here, it's a no-brainer. It was a no-brainer.
Well, you probably know some of the guys that you're working with, familiar with from the last time you were here, but how has it been getting to know some of those guys? How excited are you about the room and the potential of the room moving forward?
It was great. Like, MJ Sherman was amazing. He's been amazing for me. He's been walking me through the process, kind of helping me sharpen my tools again and in terms of the playbook and such. But other than that, just getting around some of the other young guys. Some guys came in right when I was walking out, so it's like we look at each other like, I know you, but, so just now being in a relationship and getting to know them a little more. And just having those good conversations. So it's been pretty good.
How about John Butler and kind of getting familiar with him and acclimated with him and what he wants to do as a defensive coordinator?
Coach Butler's been pretty amazing. I like him a lot. I watch him, just observing him, learning him, and his style and things that he desires around here from the staff and the players. And one thing that jumps off the tape is his energy level is extremely high. He runs to the ball. He gets on the guys pretty good when they need to, be held accountable. But in the same token, he has a great relationship with those guys, and they respond to him well. So he's a really good guy to work for.
In this day and age, with a lot of guys maybe opting out, you look at this defense, and so many guys, including MJ Sherman, want to play in this bowl game. What does that say about this group, that they want to go out and they want to help Nebraska win this football game?
Just being here the first go-around, talking about when we got here, it was kind of a similar situation. Guys not knowing they're going to stay, they're going to go, who is Coach Rule, where is he from, and guys are trying to figure out at that time what it's all about, and buying in and going through the process and mat drills and just seeing them get to this point. I got my first couple of days back, I went up to all those guys and told them how much I'm proud of them and just how amazing what they're going through, and I'm so happy to be back here and be part of this experience with them.
All right, well, how about your perspective of Ja'Cory Barney and what he's been able to do as a true freshman here as a Husker?
Ja'Cory's been awesome. He's no surprise to me. I mean, I coached his big brother in high school, known Ja'Cory's family for a while. He's no surprise to me. I expect him to come in and do exactly what he's doing.
Awesome. Well, just moving forward, last few days of prep before the bowl game, you guys kick things off against Boston College. What does this defense need to continue to do to be able to ready to go and win another football game?
To build it. Just build it and believe it. Go out there, and it is a football game. It's a bowl game. It is a football game to win. And just have that mindset to build all the way up and build day by day, going through the process, enjoy the festivities, enjoy New York City. It's an amazing place to be at for a bowl game, but we're here to win a football game, and that's period. So go out there, take care of business, and just ready to play ball. And got guys like Ty Robinson, Nash, John at linebacker, Gift. Those guys doing a really good job at leading the group and making sure that we stay focused.
Great stuff. Thank you so much for your time, and welcome back to Lincoln.
Thank you.
Again, that was the Huskers' new outside linebackers coach, Phil Simpson, joining the staff following some of the departures here over the last couple of weeks, but getting an opportunity to already jump right in and coach the team here during bowl preparations. But you heard him talking about the familiarity and how much that has helped with the transition. Some of the players that he already knew that were here when he was here a couple seasons ago, and then some of the familiar names from the state of Florida as well. He was chatting a little bit off camera about Cortez Mills, who he also knows very well, the latest wide receiver talent that the Huskers were able to sign on this past signing day, and he just raved about his potential as well, and how big of a get that was for the Huskers too. So those ties to Florida are going to continue to be really important for this coaching staff as they continue to recruit that high school talent, but then also just a guy that fits right in with what Coach Rule and the staff is looking for in coaching those outside linebackers. So great to get to chat with him a little bit, and can't wait to see what he continues to do working with those outside linebackers and on the recruiting front as well. Got to step aside for a break here on Sports Nightly. Coming up next, we're going to hear from the Huskers' new wide receivers coach, Da'Kil Shorts Jr., who is reuniting with offensive coordinator Dana Holgorsen. Keep it here on Sports Nightly.
In the game of life, we all face tough moments. Sometimes it feels like we're up against a formidable defense with no way through. Call a timeout. If you or someone you know is struggling or in crisis, the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is there. Call, text, or chat 988. It's free, confidential, and staffed with trained counselors ready to listen and provide support. Don't wait for the final whistle. Reach out, speak up, and let's tackle this together. Because in Nebraska, we're more than a team. We're family. Remember, in times of need, call, text, or chat 988. Presented by Nebraska DHHS.
You may have heard about Monolith, how right here in Nebraska, we're producing low-emission carbon black for tires across North America, how we'll soon be providing farmers with locally made fertilizer to reduce our reliance on foreign imports, how we're investing hundreds of millions in multiple Nebraska facilities. You might have heard Monolith is changing the world. We're not. You are. Along with many other Nebraskans in high-paying jobs that support families and communities. Monolith, Nebraska made.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on singlecare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. Single Care works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check Single Care to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to singlecare.com or download the free app today.
Something big is happening at Hy-Vee. We've just lowered thousands and thousands of prices on thousands and thousands of items in every aisle and in every department. Online, too. And on many of your favorite products. We've even matched prices with some of the biggest discount stores in the country. Because we get it, times are still tough. So we'll continue to work hard to bring you new lower prices on thousands of items. Things are looking different at Hy-Vee. Come see for yourself.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Looking for the ultimate sports watching experience? Head to Smash Park in La Vista, home of Husker Hangouts, Omaha's official watch parties. Your go-to spot for epic game day deals, delicious bites, and unbeatable fun. Catch every moment on a massive screen. Challenge friends to pickleball, axe throwing, and other games. Smash Park is where the action happens, whether you're cheering on the Huskers or just enjoying the atmosphere. Smash Park. Visit us today and turn your game day into a game night. Smash Park. Play, drink, eat.
Welcome to the Make It Jingle with Chris Kringle podcast. Today we're talking to Jan from Toyota, all about Toyotathon.
Hi!
So, tell me about Toyotathon.
Well, from now until January 6th is the perfect time to get a new Camry, RAV4, Highlander, and more.
Oh, how exciting! So what can you do in a new Toyota this holiday season?
With a new RAV4, you can go snowboarding with your friends.
I love dashing through the snow.
Take a Camry to a tree lighting ceremony.
Sounds merry and bright.
Or even load up the family in a Highlander to go ice skating.
What a jolly good time. So, Jan, got any red Tacomas? After my big job, I'm taking the missus down to Florida to go surfing.
Florida? I'm there.
Dealer inventory may vary. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyotathon, which ends on January 6th. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota. Let's go places.
See your independently owned Omaha Metro Toyota dealers, Corin Toyota of Bellevue, Village Point Toyota of Omaha, or Baxter Toyota of La Vista.
Hello, Husker Nation. This is Lex Rodriguez, All-American Libero, serving you an ace on behalf of Noddle Companies based in Omaha, Nebraska. Noddle Companies is a full-service leader in commercial real estate, digging deep to create thriving communities like the Builders District, Exarban Village, and the contemporary row house townhomes. They bring world-class concepts in fashion, great eats, gorgeous homes, and green spaces, all professionally managed by Noddle Services. To dig up more information, find them on Facebook and Instagram. Noddle Companies, building a better Nebraska.
No matter what color you wear on game day or what color tractor you drive, there's one color Nebraskans trust to be a partner for life lived well. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska combines national power with Nebraska roots. Awarded the best health insurance experience in the heartland, Blue Cross delivers affordable, high-quality health plans for Medicare groups and individuals. Head to nebraskablue.com to find the coverage that's right for you. Team Blue says, go Big Red.
It's the final days of the year-end sales event at your Midwest Ford dealers. Cap off the year with 1.9 financing plus $1,000 holiday cash plus no payments for 90 days on F-150. This New Year's, we're counting down with the best deals on your favorite Ford vehicles. Don't drop the ball. Time is running out. The final days of the year-end sales event are on now. But hurry, it all ends January 2nd. Get 1.9 financing for 60 months plus $1,000 holiday cash plus no payments for 90 days on F-150. Only at your Midwest Ford dealers. Driven by value.
Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse and the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics. And a huge thanks to Woodhouse for sponsoring our bowl coverage, the Huskers and the Pinstripe Bowl, all week long. I'm Jessica Coody, back with Sports Nightly and another new coach to talk to you about. But before we get to that, over the past couple of days, a big Christmas present for Husker football came with the announcement of a transfer portal wide receiver, Dane Key, out of Kentucky, a 6'3", 210-pound junior who will have one final season of eligibility left for next year in 2025. He was a 3-year starter for the Wildcats, caught 126 passes for over 1,800 yards and 14 touchdowns, and had a career-high 715 receiving yards on 47 receptions last year and played with 3 different quarterbacks during the 4-8 season for Kentucky, but he is leaving Kentucky as the 5th leading receiver in school history. So we've talked a lot about the needs for this football team out of the transfer portal. One of those was probably a veteran wide receiver. Here is a veteran wide receiver in Dane Key, and a big reason for that announcement for Key to want to come to Nebraska is no question the addition of the new wide receivers coach, Akrs Shorts Jr., who spent last year as the wide receivers coach at Kentucky. He worked with Dana Holgorsen at Houston and played for him at West Virginia. We heard Coach Rule say a couple weeks ago in a press conference that Holgorsen, when he came in, he really liked the offensive staff, but said, hey, I got to get my guy here, and that guy is Akrs Shorts Jr. I got a chance to catch up with Coach Shorts following practice here in New York. You're into week 2 now as a Huskers wide receivers coach. How's it going? How are you settling in?
I think things have been going pretty good. I'm just, I kind of came here and just jumped right in. The guys have, embraced me. They've been doing a good job. I think they're pretty excited for the bowl game, to say the least. So everything's been going pretty good.
Well, overall, how do you feel about the talent you got in the room? You got a lot of guys in there.
Yeah, I think we got some good young talent. Those guys work pretty hard. That's all you can really ask for. They work pretty hard. They come, they come to practice. They have fun. They enjoy it. So, everything else we can kind of fix as we move forward. But, nothing to complain about as of right now.
I think people obviously know your history with Coach Holgorsen, but when he gives you the call, why'd you want to come be a part of his staff again?
I think just our history. I've been with that guy for a long time. I obviously played for him, coached for him, and so when he called me, obviously I loved my previous place. I worked for a really good head coach, but it was a no-brainer to get with Coach Holgorsen again. And just, I think we work pretty well together, so I'm definitely excited to get moving forward with him.
Why is that? Why is he somebody that once you played for him, you wanted to keep working with him?
I think we just know each other.
Yeah.
I know he kind of knows me. I know him. We know what we want. I think we got a pretty tight relationship. I think we've kind of been through a lot together, which, makes it, easier moving forward in the future. Everything ain't going to be perfect and it ain't always going to be good, but I think we know each other well enough to, we know what we want to get done.
What makes him so successful as an offensive coordinator? A lot of people want to say, he's the air raid, but it's so much more than that, right? I mean, you know that personally, but why is it wherever he goes, his offenses have success?
I think he just has a really, really unique offensive mind. First things first, he has a crazy offensive mind, and I think guys play hard for him. He knows how to get guys going. He knows how to challenge guys. He knows how to push them to get the best out of themselves. And I think guys respect that. He doesn't sugarcoat anything. He's very blunt. It's just he pushes guys and he challenges them. I think it makes everybody better, not only players but coaches as well.
That's great. For you personally, and in your wide receiver room, what are some of the key values, the core characteristics of your guys that you look for to be able to get out there and play for you?
Yeah, just play hard. Just play hard. Nobody's perfect. You're not going to make every play, no matter if you want to or you don't. If you play hard and you practice hard and you work hard, you give yourself a shot. So, a lot of those guys in that room have talent. So if they practice hard and they play hard, I think we'll be just fine.
We talked to Coach Holgorsen a couple weeks ago. He seemed pretty excited about just the overall progress of the offense. How do you feel about that just in the 2 weeks that you've been here, the steps that this offense has been able to make?
I'm pretty excited about it. I know it's been a lot of change for these guys, especially, with Coach Holgorsen coming here and then myself. But I think they're embracing it. I'm pretty excited for the direction the offense is going. I think, it tells you, a lot about him to be able to come in here and call somebody else's offense and then, implement his own stuff into it. So it's been pretty good.
All right, well, I got to ask you about the guy throwing the ball to your guys.
Yeah.
Dylan Raiola,
Yeah.
What's your perspective on him? How excited are you about him?
That's my guy. He's a good kid, great kid. He has great energy. He loves ball, which is, at that position, if you can get somebody that loves ball, you have a chance. It's crazy for him to be so young, how smart he is and how mature he carries himself. He works hard. He's got natural leading ability. I'm just excited to have a chance, to have him behind center and see what our guys can do.
You've been as a player to many bowl games and as a coach to bowl games. How important is this opportunity for a program moving forward to have this kind of experience?
Oh, very important. I think from all aspects. And that was one of the first things I said to the room is you have to take advantage of this if you're an older guy like a senior, Jamal Banks and those guys, because you never know if this is your last game or not. And if you're a younger guy, you want to take the momentum from bowl practice and if you get in the game to the offseason. I think, attacking the bowl game and trying to win the bowl game is a big deal leading into the next season.
All right, well, as you dive into the Boston College defense, what are going to be some of the keys, especially for the wide receivers, to maybe have some opportunities to make some plays?
Well, their staff has done a heck of a job with those guys. They play extremely hard. They got a really good fundamental football team. I think we just got to play hard, one, block well on the perimeter, and then two, when we get opportunities, we got to win in man coverage and make some plays.
Thank you so much for your time. Welcome to Lincoln.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Again, that was DeKale Shorts Jr., the new wide receivers coach for the Huskers. Another really big opportunity for him to get here early and start getting to work with these wide receivers and this offense. All right, we got to step aside for our final break here in hour number one. We're back to wrap things up with an interview from Damon with Javen Wright. Keep it here on Sports Nightly.
If you've been looking for a reason to fill up your car with unleaded 88, how about this? Unleaded 88
can help you save big at the pump
and save the planet by cutting greenhouse gas emissions.
Any car 2001 or newer is approved to use unleaded 88. Speaking of good, it's made from corn, which is great for farmers.
As I was saying, if you need a reason to choose unleaded 88, there you have them. Unleaded 88. Engine smart, earth kind. Visit chooseunleaded88.com to learn more.
There's something to be said for American made, but at Monolith, we're helping create Nebraska made. From here in Nebraska, we're producing low-emission carbon black for tires across North America. Soon we'll be providing farmers with locally made fertilizer to reduce our reliance on foreign imports. We're investing hundreds of millions in our multiple Nebraska facilities and employing Nebraskans in high-paying jobs that support families and communities. Monolith, Nebraska made.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
It's the final days of the year-end sales event at your Midwest Ford dealers. Cap off the year with 1.9 financing plus $1,000 holiday cash plus no payments for 90 days on F-150. This New Year's, we're counting down with the best deals on your favorite Ford vehicles. Don't drop the ball. Time is running out. The final days of the year-end sales event are on now. But hurry, it all ends January 2nd. Get 1.9 financing for 60 months plus $1,000 holiday cash plus no payments for 90 days on F-150. Only at your Midwest Ford dealers. Driven by value.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Sunday morning. You can smell it. Game day. And the brisket you've been smoking since last night. A day to be with family, aka fellow football fans. Traditions make Sundays easy to enjoy. Beers do too. Bud Light. Easy to Sunday, easy to enjoy. Bud Light is the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
No matter what color you wear on game day or what color tractor you drive, there's one color Nebraskans trust to be a partner for life lived well. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska combines national power with Nebraska roots. Awarded the best health insurance experience in the heartland, Blue Cross delivers affordable, high-quality health plans for Medicare groups and individuals. Head to nebraskablue.com to find the coverage that's right for you. Team Blue says, go Big Red.
Chick-fil-A South Point Pavilions and Chick-fil-A 48th NO are proud to once again present Salute to Service at Nebraska basketball home games for the 2024-25 season. A recipient will be selected for each home game and will receive 2 game tickets, parking pass, VIP pregame meal, Chick-fil-A honor coin, and honored on the court during the game. Thank you for your assistance in honoring our veterans. Nominate your veteran at huskers.com/salute to service. Welcome back. Final segment here of Sports Nightly. I'm Jessica Coody, and we put Damon Benning to work following practice. We had him do a couple player interviews, but he had a chance to catch up with Javen Wright. Javen, the inside linebacker who has been moved to the top of the depth chart with the departure of Mekhi Bayer. So he is set to make a start at inside linebacker coming up on Saturday in the Pinstripe Bowl, but a guy that's played a lot of football and certainly DB is very familiar with. I'll send things over to Damon.
It's like Bizarro World getting a chance to interview this guy, Javen Wright. Had a chance to play with your dad. You know, it's 6 degrees of separation. The first night out in New York, you're out here with my son. You guys are the 4 or 5 of you out in the town. It's pretty cool, right? As an alum to see my teammate's son and my son out here together, man. How have you been able to have these worlds collide with your veteran leadership and so many of the young guys?
I mean, it's just based on experience and what the older guys did for me, so I'm just following suit. So the young guys, I just take them under my wing and show them the ropes, and it's just one big family. And so when we go out, we're just one big team, and we're just all Nebraska, all go Big Red.
Your perseverance has been unbelievable. You've been through it all. You just love being out here, and here you are at the end getting a chance to play in a bowl game. How special has the journey been?
Very special. It means a lot to me just because of what I've been through for the past 6 years. I've been through a lot, and so I pat myself on the back, but the job's not finished, so we're going to here to win, and that's the main goal.
You've always been super mature for your age, but having to persevere, you've seen it, you've done it all. How did you stay in the moment just as you're trying to get ready for this signature point?
You just got to keep the main thing. That's football. So when you get into the film room, you're going to get into all the practices. You just got to take it one step at a time and remember that the end goal is to get this win.
Lastly, Boston College, it's bowl game. It's New York. You're at a bowl game. It was the end destination. How important is it for you?
Very important. I mean, it's a stepping stone for this program. We haven't been here in a long time, so this is a great achievement. But we expect more next year, and this is just the beginning of 2025. This is the start of the 2025 season, so we're going to start this stuff off with a great note.
Heck of a story.
Yeah.
It's Javen Wright.
Great stuff there from Damon Benning and Javen Wright. Javen's just one of those stories that it's why you work in this field, to see guys like that overcome the things that he has with certainly his health journey has been documented with the blood clots and just being able to get back out onto the field this season. I'll never forget going back to, I believe the game, it was at Purdue, and he was walking around on the field, and they didn't know when they were going to be able to get him back for sure, but I saw him walking around, and he just had this huge grin on his face. I will never forget that smile, but I said, "You back?" He said, "I'm back." And so it hasn't been easy, and they've had to monitor him. He was not able to fly home during Thanksgiving or during bye weeks because of just the blood clot issue and the potential issues there. He's tracked very, very closely. They do a great job. He cannot praise this training staff and doctors and physicians that have worked with him here at Nebraska. He cannot give them more praise for helping him navigate this, but just wants to play football, and it's certainly been great to see him be able to do that this season. All right, that is going to do it for us here in hour number 1, but coming up here in hour number 2, we have lots of great content headed your way. DB and I are back to talk, well, some restaurants, maybe some food. Of course, DB thinks he's a big foodie, but some of the food that maybe he's been able to hit up here in New York, some of the things he's been able to do, and the team's been able to do. It's been fun to watch this team explore New York City. We are also going to hear from linebackers coach, so Javen's linebackers coach, Rob Dvorak, chat with him how the preparations have gone for that linebacker group, and also E.J. Barthel, the running backs coach, how the preparations have gone for the running backs group. So keep it here on Sports Nightly, hour number 2, coming up.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Experience the new, innovative, and above all, exceptional vehicles at Woodhouse Buick. We guarantee that our staff can help you find your next vehicle. Stop in and save with our current offers going on now. Lease the 2024 Buick Encore GX Sport for just $349 a month for 39 months and 10,000 miles per year with $0 down and $0 due at signing. Woodhouse Buick GMC. We are professional grade. With approved credit. Must currently lease a 2019 or newer Buick or GMC vehicle to qualify. $0 due at signing. Stock number B240763. Offer expires January 2nd, 2025. See dealer for details.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard. Until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Welcome to the Make It Jingle with Kris Kringle podcast. Today we're talking to Jan from Toyota, all about Toyotathon.
Hi!
So, tell me about Toyotathon.
Well, from now until January 6th is the perfect time to get a new Camry, RAV4, Highlander, and more.
Oh, how exciting! So what can you do in a new Toyota this holiday season?
With a new RAV4, you can go snowboarding with your friends.
I love dashing through the snow.
Take a Camry to a tree lighting ceremony.
Sounds merry and bright.
Or even load up the family in a Highlander to go ice skating.
What a jolly good time. So, Jan, got any red Tacomas? After my big job, I'm taking the missus down to Florida to go surfing.
Florida? I'm there.
Dealer inventory may vary. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyotathon, which ends on January 6th. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota. Let's go places.
See your independently owned Omaha Metro Toyota dealers, Corin Toyota of Bellevue, Village Point Toyota of Omaha, or Baxter Toyota of La Vista.
Good evening. I'm Camden Cohn, and our sports ticker is brought to you by the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services. Earlier today, the Husker football program announced 4 seniors as winners of the 2024 Team Awards. Defensive lineman Ty Robinson was selected as the recipient of the Guy Chamberlain Trophy. Running back Ramir Johnson was the winner of the Tom Novak Award. Safety Isaac Gifford earned the Cletus Fisher Native Son Award, and John Bullock was selected for the Cornhusker Award. The Chamberlain and Novak Awards were chosen by a vote of media members, while the Native Son and Cornhusker Awards were selected by the coaching staff. For more information on the backstory of each award, visit Huskers.com. Nebraska Athletics announced the groundbreaking of Phase 2 of the new track and field complex today. Phase 2 includes permanent bleachers for roughly 2,000 fans, restrooms, indoor practice throwing areas, hospitality spaces, concessions, and team changing areas. The facility is scheduled to be completed by October 2025. And finally, there are a couple of bowl games today. Toledo beat Pitt 48-46 in 6 overtimes. Currently, Rutgers leads Kansas State 34-23 late in the third quarter, and later tonight at 8, Arkansas State takes on Bowling Green. There's also one NFL game tonight as the Bears host the Seahawks. Kickoff is set for 7:15 and can be watched on Amazon Prime. Our sports ticker is brought to you by the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services. Call a timeout if you or someone you know is struggling or in crisis. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is there. Call, text, or chat 988. It's free, confidential, and staffed with trained counselors ready to listen and provide support. Hour 2 of Sports Nightly is up next, right here on the Huskers Radio Network.
Coming to you live from Memorial Stadium, it's Sports Nightly. All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who remind you to buckle up and put the phone down.
Up top, Buchanan just shoots the 3 on a good kick out, missed it. And the rebound kept alive by Mia. Tremendous play by Mia to Hoiberg to Asijan. The 3 ball got it. Man, what a play by Mia to keep that thing alive. Down inside, intercepted pass by Mia. He thought about bringing the ball up for himself, but stops and gets it off the Woosters. Down inside, Butangel, extra pass Gary, extra pass Williams, steps into a 3, got it. Williams with a 3 on great ball movement after the turnover.
At the logo at half court with 8 to shoot. Guarded by Morgan, back to Rimdahl on the near wing. Takes the drive, takes the turn, flips it up, and it counts! And a foul. Bertie Rimdahl would not be denied as she came in for the right side. Fouled by Dunn, and she'll shoot 1. Nisley on the right wing, spins, slips to the deep right side. Kendall Coley, couple of dribbles. 1:39 to go. Nisley's 3. You betcha! In front of the Husker bench. Third 3 for Nisley. She's got 11.
Now, here are your hosts, Greg Sharpe and Jessica Coody on the Huskers Radio Network.
Welcome back. Hour number 2 of Sports Nightly, and the Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center is sponsored by Akrs, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Akrs, solutions for every field. I'm Jessica Coody here with Damon Binning here tonight. Greg Sharpe has the night off. He'll be back with us here on Sports Nightly coming up tomorrow night, the eve before the Pinstripe Bowl kickoff. But DB and I are coming to you from inside historic Rose Hill Gym once again on Fordham University, the site of the Huskers practice site, and where they've been holding practices here leading up to kickoff. And it's also been really impressive how they've navigated everything for the team, just getting to and from, because there's a little bit of traffic here in New York City.
Yeah, the logistics have to be, I don't know, you'd guess by far and away the most difficult part of this whole bowl trip, right?
Yeah.
We've been to Fordham. They're back. This will be our 4th time. I don't think we've taken the same way all 4 times, right?
I questioned you today when you were in the lift and you were navigating. I questioned your directions. But hey, when you have to do it, you can do it.
Thank you.
So,
you're not bad for, quasi-adult.
I mean, there's lots of stadiums here in New York City. Somehow you managed to get us to the correct one here today.
And at the front stoop, too. So how about that?
It was really impressive.
I was like, I'm kind of proud of myself. And it was hard, too, because we don't know about this as multitaskers having to do a job, but our Lyft driver was on the phone. So to make sure that he was getting the directions, I was a little nervous. but he kind of gave me the little thumbs up, so I felt good.
Meanwhile, Matt Smith and I, Matt Smith works in the communications department.
He's great.
We're back there diving into the softball roster.
I like that, right? Just to like be a fly on the wall, and I shouldn't be surprised because you give me so much of the content for broadcast, but you guys breaking down position groups and defensive strategy and, ground balls versus fly balls and how they're going to have to play defense and depth on the mound. I was like, I look back and I'm like, you guys know this is, anytime it's bat to ball, that's like my favorite sport, right? So I was all in.
Hey, well, we're right around the corner.
I can't wait.
They'll start practicing here, a couple weeks, and then February, we're almost, a month out from
should be a very good offensive team, too.
Yeah. Well, in baseball, too, I know they're really excited about that group. So both
about their
ball
depth?
bat sports, yeah. I think it's going to be exciting, but hey,
I'm pretty excited.
Still are a month away from that. We'll talk lots of baseball and softball, but we got a little fix today with Matt Smith. But what's been your favorite part? What is your favorite thing that you've done so far in New York City?
So I kind of like the fact that I'm a walker, so I don't mind walking. And there's so many different things to see and places to eat. And I'm not a big crowds guy, so that has been something.
So it's, you take one is good, one is bad.
Right. So how I've done like my routes on the Ave and the streets is the fewest amount of people. That's the way that I go. So I don't really have any direction. I just know that there's probably a couple things I want to see. I want to see the Disney store.
Did you guys go to the toy store?
We did.
How was that?
It was busy. The line was incredible. I walked to Target. I've had some good food. The first breakfast place I walked to yesterday for Christmas, they had answered the phone early. It was like 8 o'clock, so I assumed, we get up and moving and we'll hit the breakfast spot. And we got there and it was closed.
Well, it's Christmas.
It said open on the website, and when we called, they answered. So ended up finding a great little nook and cranny breakfast spot because so many places were open.
Yeah, there were a lot of places.
I mean, for it to have been Christmas Day, it was, and start of Hanukkah, I was thinking it might be a little dicey. No, it was like full gamut.
So my mom got to New York last night, and we did we went and saw the tree at Rockefeller Center. You want to talk about people? I would advise you to stay away from that at night because I think you would might panic. So many people there, but it was unbelievable, so good. And then we saw the Rockettes last night.
Yeah, I declined that invite.
You missed out.
I don't think so. Coach Rule texted afterwards, and he was like, "Hey, what happened? Like, where were you?" And I go, "I'm not much of a singing, dancing, leg kick guy." And he goes, "Don't act like I would steer you wrong. It's one of my favorite things."
He is. I was asking.
And he was like all in. I was like, not me.
So I was asking him about some suggestions for some Broadway shows, and he had all the knowledge on that too. So he's a well-rounded guy.
Have you spent any time around Viv and Leona? I mean, they're incredible.
Yeah.
They're like walking Rolodexes. You want to know anything about what to do in entertainment? Ask his daughters.
Well, I also had top 5 meal probably of my entire life yesterday.
Yeah, so can we get into that? Because you said it was Italian, and it's not really my thing, but I'm listening.
You have to eat Italian here in this part.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it red sauce?
No, I actually had gnocchi.
Oh.
And it was bomb.
I'm sure it was fresh, hand cut.
And then the group was that they had a big, chicken parm pizza. It was massive.
So I've seen that a lot on my TikTok.
Okay.
Everybody's eating they look like pies.
Yeah.
But it's chicken parm pizza. And I'm like, it seems like a lot of work. And everybody was using their hands. I don't like my hands messy. I know you're shocked. Like, oh, Mr. High Maintenance. But I just can't just all in. But I have not had the pizza or the Italian food experience.
Well, the gnocchi was, oh my goodness, I'll remember that meal forever. It was so good.
So was there a protein? I know you're kind of weird with your proteins.
No protein, but I did.
Well, then I'm not eating.
But I did. You could add some protein to it, but I didn't, obviously. But I did have a couple bites of the chicken parm. So there you go. I did.
Okay. Just want to make sure you're healthy, well-rounded.
Well, now we are 10 minutes into this thing. Let's actually talk some football.
See, that's the problem with us.
Hey, I feel like people might want to know our experiences in New York City.
We could talk forever.
Okay, well, just overall throughout this week, we've talked about just how much fun they're having, but just the preparedness of this football team. How do you think they've prepared? How ready to go do you feel like they are going to be come kickoff on Saturday?
I love it. I like the attention to detail, right? They do what I like to call formation rec, where they get lined up, they use their team's motion, they simulate plays that are ran out of that, how to get lined up quickly, how to play with tempo, how to defend against tempo, being able to signal things in quick. Like at Central Park, the walkthrough yesterday was primarily all special teams call-outs, right? Sudden change. I like the fact that they're kind of leaving no stone unturned. You have some new faces in and some key spots, especially in special teams, so I like that. I like the fact that they were in full pads 3 out of the 4 of the last days that they were in Lincoln, so they understand that there's going to be a level of physicality to it. I like the fact that they've embraced the elements. You know, I think we're going to get 40s and maybe some light rain. You know, so I'm sure they'll soak a few footballs out here and throw those. But from a preparation standpoint, I really like what they're doing. And yesterday during the Christmas dinner, the holiday dinner, there was a skit with Santa, and he was asking the little kids what they wanted for Christmas. So Coach Rule asked one of the players who he wanted to sit on Santa's lap. And inevitably, it was one of the biggest guys, right? So it was Bryce Benhart.
I was gonna guess that.
So Bryce kind of moseys on up to the stage, and he's sitting on Santa's lap, and he asked Santa asked him what he wanted for the holidays. And he said it went over Boston College. And the place just erupted.
That's crazy.
Right? So, Like, you can't script that, really, but
Yeah.
just their natural reaction when he said, I went over Boston College, I felt like, and the team responded, I'm like, they're all in.
So, you know, obviously there's going to be some changes. We talked about maybe the roster moves. We've dove into that a lot. But you've got 2 new coordinators, basically, officially. Dana Holgerson, which he did have a chance to call the last 3 games. But he's now had a month to prepare for the offense. So let's start there. How different do you think the offense is going to look? How much? What are you, I guess, expecting out of the offense now with another month for Dana Holgerson?
So there's 2 things. I think it'll be even more pared down than it was a month ago in Iowa City. But I also think from having that pared down offense, they'll have their wrinkles or their contingencies in those pet plays. So you'll probably see, 15 to 18 pet plays with little subtle variances off of each one. So I think that's going to be really interesting to watch because I think they want to play fast.
And then defensively, new defensive coordinator in John Butler. How different is the defense going to look?
That's what I'm curious. That's a fantastic question. Now, his MO, he's got a tendency to bring pressure. He is a pressure kind of blitzing, kind of attacking coordinator. They hadn't always been that under Coach White. So that fine line that he'll walk between what I want to do versus what we're capable of doing as a team right now will be interesting. But if I had to guess, JC, I'm going to guess Nebraska pressures quite a bit based on Coach Butler's MO.
He seems like, and I cannot wait to see what kind of play caller he is, what kind of defensive coordinator, but he seems like he'd be a very aggressive guy.
Yeah, he's smart.
Yeah.
Right? He's situationally, and that's the one thing that I like about him kind of behind the scenes is he's used to game planning by the week at the professional level.
Yeah.
It's much more difficult to do at the college level because you have less time. But if you can teach in shorthand and you can game plan from week to week, that's quite an advantage.
So if that's the case, if he's aggressive and you got an offensive coordinator that's aggressive, how's that going to work?
Well, I hope it's not too explosive. Right?
Yeah.
I think the game will be played in the 20s. But I'm not excited about feast or famine, but I do think it will be exciting. They will definitely be playing to win.
Okay, so let's dive into Boston College. Obviously, they made a quarterback change in the late season, which ended up allowing them to put up some bigger numbers towards the end of the season. It seemed like they flowed a lot better. What's going to be the challenge for the defense against this Boston College offense?
Well, that 3-headed monster they have at running back, kind of led by Robichaux, who is kind of their bell cow. Got to get him to the ground. Big physical backs. I mean, it's BC, right? We've seen it with Stratford and A.J. Dillon, and they've got a litany of guys from BC that have been that physical downhill running type. So I think getting those guys to the ground and stopping the run. Almost all the vertical shots that BC takes, whether it's it's bootleg or waggle or whatever they do with their quarterback, getting vertical, it's often run action. So if Nebraska can neutralize BC in the run game, it'll give you a lot better chance, I think, to defend those deep shots.
When I talked to Coach Shorts earlier this week, guess what was the first thing he said that is going to be the key for the wide receivers?
Blocking on the perimeter.
Ding, 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 ding.
Shocker. Isn't it incredible?
Yeah. But how much, I guess, maybe do you think that they'll allow Dylan to throw it around a little bit in this one?
So that'll be interesting because you obviously want to win the game, right? And they've done so well evolving in the run game that I'd be hard-pressed to see him abandon it, especially with some young, fresh legs, right? With Ramir and Emmett and Ives and Mekhi Nelson, who have all kind of moved up the depth chart. It has been very fun to watch the two young running backs in Ives and Nelson. Especially, I've been high on Nelson from day one, so that I'll leave him up to the side. But for Ives, watching him over the last 3 weeks, JC, he's really starting to see it, isn't he? And he's kind of coming into his own.
Yeah.
He's interesting to watch.
And he's a different look because he looks like he could play linebacker.
Yeah.
You know, he's a bigger guy.
Angular, right.
And but he is fast and
right?
It just is a little bit deceptive. And then so you have the two maybe smaller backs, and then you have him and they allowed him to go back there. What was it against Purdue that he ripped off the big run and allowed a spark to happen there in the kickoff return. And so I think he's a guy too that they've really liked his development. He's
Coach
a heck of a
Barthel,
basketball player too.
He coaches him so hard.
Yeah.
I mean, did you hear him? He's out there, I mean, just barking at practice. It's like, you know, the footing's bad. There's snow on there. He's like, get up on your feet. Like he's the kind of the perfect complement to a group, and this is coming from a former running back, that can be a little high maintenance and a little needy. Coach Barthel is a good little blend of their personality. East Coast tough guy.
Well, Emmett Johnson, obviously, we're all huge fans of him. We talk about him all the time. He, says that he's going to go into the portal, comes back, but he is, you could tell, I saw him yesterday, he's grinning from ear to ear. I don't think he stopped smiling. I told him, I'm like, you're living your best life here in New York City. But he obviously loves wearing the N. He wanted to come back and wear the N. But what had really allowed for him to really explode on the latter half of the season?
So that's a fantastic question. I think it's two things. Just knowing his personality. I think he's one of those guys that's really, really will respond well when you invest in him. So when he knows you care and he's counted on, he kind of can elevate his game. And so I think them putting it on him, hey, Emmett, you know what? You're the guy, right? We're going to be able to count on you. He embraces that challenge. And the other thing is he's such a feel guy. Typically, the more carries he has to a certain level, he's probably a 20-touch-a-game guy max. But the more carries he gets, the better feel he gets for the offense. And Coach Holgerson calls plays so quickly, it kind of plays to his strengths. So it's been a great match between Coach Holgerson and Emmett and his personality and what this offense wants to do.
We're going to have lots of time to dive into all the X's and O's with our pregame show. What time does it start here?
I don't know. I think we're 7, right?
I'm a day-to-day kind of person, but 4 hours before, so
8.
It's 11 a.m. kickoff.
Yeah.
So it'll be 7 a.m. back in Nebraska. But Ben McLaughlin's going to join us here, I think, soon, but he'll
Today.
be here. So, and then Lane Grendel's going to be calling the game for us here on the Huskers Radio Network. But you excited about just the venue of being in Yankee Stadium?
I am. The sight lines and the vantage point, Brandon, he put a pin in my balloon when he was on the site visit, showing me that vantage point from the press box. It's lengthwise, right, from the end zone.
You'd be looking in the end zone, yeah.
So I'm thinking to myself, oh boy. Come on, Jess and Benny Mac. My eyes and ears, literally, during the course of a broadcast. But I'm excited. I think Yankee Stadium, we drove past it this morning on the way to practice, and I'm looking forward to the broadcast.
All right, so we've got, again, much more from DB coming up. We'll hear from him again on tomorrow night's show in Sports Nightly, full 2 hours, and pregame show with Ben McLaughlin starting at 7 a.m. Central Time. So we're going to let DB get out of here, but appreciate it, and also your help all week here in New York.
Thank you.
All right, much more from Sports Nightly coming up. And again, our bowl coverage is brought to you by Woodhouse. Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse and the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics.
'Tis the season to save at Woodhouse Cadillac. Find the perfect gift for someone special or yourself. Browse the lineup of Cadillac models equipped with luxurious designs, reliable safety features, and the latest technology so you can transform your driving experience. Plus, the year-end savings are here. Celebrate the season with 3.9% APR for 36 months on select 2024 Cadillac models. Browse our inventory in-store off 114th and Dodge or online at woodhousecadillac.com. Improved credit must finance with Cadillac Financial. Offer expires 1/2/2025. See dealer for details.
For farmers, sustainability is a way of life. 97% of farms are family-owned, and 95% are participating in conservation programs and using sustainable practices.
I'm Ann Meese, a farmer near Elgin, Nebraska. I grew up on this land, and we're dedicated to being good stewards and leaving it better for the next generation.
Since 1980, U.S. soybean farmers have boosted production by 130%, all while lowering emissions and improving land and water use. Nebraska soybeans, feeding, fueling, and innovating for the future.
It's the final days of the year-end sales event at your Midwest Ford dealers. Cap off the year with 1/9 financing plus $1,000 holiday cash plus no payments for 90 days on F-150. This New Year's, we're counting down with the best deals on your favorite Ford vehicles. Don't drop the ball. Time is running out. The final days of the year-end sales event are on now. But hurry, it all ends January 2nd. Get 1/9 financing for 60 months plus $1,000 holiday cash plus no payments for 90 days on F-150. Only at your Midwest Ford dealers. Driven by value.
Were you uninvited to game night? Do you play board games with the ferocious intensity of an iron-fisted oligarch? Have friends left game night asking, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. It's Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale. Save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic. Plus, get a $300 instant gift. Take 120 nights to love it or your money back. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Husker Nation, your women's basketball team is gearing up for another incredible season, and you can be right in the heart of the action. Join the season ticket request list today and guarantee your spot for another year of Husker dominance. Witness every key basket, every clutch steal, and celebrate every victory with the most dedicated fans in the nation. Don't wait. Head over to huskers.com/tickets and secure your seat for an unforgettable season. Go Big Red.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
No matter what color you wear on game day or what color tractor you drive, there's one color Nebraskans trust to be a partner for life lived well. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska combines national power with Nebraska roots. Awarded the best health insurance experience in the heartland, Blue Cross delivers affordable, high-quality health plans for Medicare groups and individuals. Head to nebraskablue.com to find the coverage that's right for you. Team Blue says, go Big Red.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it's safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health, and find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
Welcome to the Make It Jingle with Kris Kringle podcast. Today we're talking to Jan from Toyota, all about Toyotathon.
Hi!
So, tell me about Toyotathon.
Well, from now until January 6th is the perfect time to get a new Camry, RAV4, Highlander, and more.
Oh, how exciting! So what can you do in a new Toyota this holiday season?
With a new RAV4, you can go snowboarding with your friends.
I love dashing through the snow.
Take a Camry to a tree lighting ceremony.
Sounds merry and bright.
Or even load up the family in a Highlander to go ice skating.
What a jolly good time. So, Jan, got any red Tacomas? After my big job, I'm taking the missus down to Florida to go surfing.
Florida? I'm there.
Dealer inventory may vary. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyotathon, which ends on January 6th. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota. Let's go places.
See your independently owned Omaha Metro Toyota dealers, Corin Toyota of Bellevue, Village Point Toyota of Omaha, or Baxter Toyota of La Vista.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect that water is the reason parts of your concrete have gotten so uneven. Walkway tripping hazards, sinking pool deck, cracked driveways are dangerous threats to everyone's safety. But there's one way to learn how your concrete can be lifted. A free home inspection from Groundworks. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at groundworks.com. License number C142293.
It's the final days of the year-end sales event at your Midwest Ford dealers. Cap off the year with 1.9 financing plus $1,000 holiday cash plus no payments for 90 days on F-150. This New Year's, we're counting down with the best deals on your favorite Ford vehicles. Don't drop the ball. Time is running out. The final days of the year-end sales event are on now. But hurry, it all ends January 2nd. Get 1.9 financing for 60 months plus $1,000 holiday cash plus no payments for 90 days on F-150. Only at your Midwest Ford dealers. Driven by value.
The Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center is sponsored by Akrs, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Akrs, solutions for every field. Welcome back. Hour number 2 of Sports Nightly. I'm Jessica Coody. And announced today were the 4 annual senior awards that Husker football announces after each and every season. And Keith Mann put out this release today, but the 4 seniors that were honored with those awards that really mean a lot to this football program is defensive lineman Ty Robinson is named the winner of the Guy Chamberlain Trophy. Running back Ramir Johnson received the Tom Novak Award. Safety Isaac Gifford earned the Cletus Fisher Native Son Award. And linebacker John Bullock was selected for the Cornhusker Award. So a really neat story that was just announced, released today, and I actually was sitting down with Ramir Johnson when that announcement came out. Keith sent me the release and said, hey, you can ask Ramir about this. He doesn't know that it's coming, but you can tell him and ask him about it. And when I read him the release, if you could have seen the pure joy on his face and just how much it meant to him to receive this honor. He, I sat down with him a couple different times for a few different Cornhusker conversations, but going into this one, the one that you're going to hear on Saturday in the pregame show, it's a little bit different because he knows this is the very last game he's going to play in that Husker uniform. And you think about his journey, and he's certainly had some adversity, ups and downs, has battled so many injuries, especially here in his senior season, but he remembers the date, and I can't recall it off of mine, but he said whatever the date was in December 2018, I signed my letter of intent, and I was going to be loyal to the Huskers no matter what. And has been through some ups and downs, but he stayed loyal, and he even Coach Rule last year when they found out that he could utilize another year of eligibility, called Coach Rule, said, hey, I want to come back, and Coach Rule said, absolutely, we'd love to have you back. So he has been a big part of this team this year, and even despite the injury, he's a guy that's been an incredible leader. He's been coaching up the running backs and is very, very close with Emmett Johnson. They call themselves Johnson & Johnson, but this is a homecoming for him in his final game. One of those great stories going into this bowl game is Ramir Johnson coming home, getting to play here in New York, where he's from. A lot of the things that they've done throughout this week, they were at Central Park, and Coach Rule told the story about the hospital that was right down the block. Ramir pointed to, said, hey, I was born right over there. So it's been really, really special for him. It's been a lot for him to be able to show the guys around New York City, and going to get to play his final game as a Husker inside Yankee Stadium right here in New York, in his hometown. So he's coming off the injury. It's about as good as he's felt all year. You're going to hear from E.J. Barthel coming up, and Ramir said that as well. So they're going to need him with the Dante Dowdell not available for this one, entering the transfer portal. So it will be Emmett Johnson, Ramir Johnson, Quentin Ives are the 3 guys listed on the depth chart. But Ramir has been a guy that has made lots of impacts for this team in a lot of different ways on the offensive side of the ball. He's another guy that fits a lot with what Dana Holgerson likes to do with getting the running backs involved in the passing game. So Ramir will be a big part of the offense coming up on Saturday. But let's hear from his position coach, running backs coach, E.J. Barthel. I had a chance to catch up with him earlier today following the Huskers practice. Well, how does it feel for you personally to be back here and playing a football game up here?
it's been great. You know, just a lot of memories here. Obviously, I've recruited this area my whole career, and so a lot of familiar faces, and it's great to experience that with our players. Especially with Ramir being from Harlem, so it's been pretty special.
I was going to ask you specifically about Ramir. He's a guy that Coach has brought up multiple times. Just how special has this been for him to experience this?
God works in mysterious ways. He's had a tough journey, and for it to end this way, it's pretty special. No question.
How ready is he, though? He's a little banged up over the last season, but has really shown some flashes of being able to help this offense. How ready to go? How much of an impact do you think he can have in his final career final game as a Husker?
Well, interesting. These last 4 weeks, he's, like you said, he's been banged up, but this is the last 2 weeks in practice. He looked his best. He's looked recently, so he's ready to go, and he'll be full speed on Saturday.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, Emmett Johnson is a guy that's really jumped off the pages stats-wise the last few games of the season. How have you seen him? What, I guess, did you see in him that allowed him to really come into his own and explode over the last few games?
Well, I think Emmett's, like I've kind of been saying all along the last 2 seasons, is he's now at the final stage of his development. He's kind of been through it last year as a guy that got in the rotation and worked his way to being the starter to where he's at now. And here you're looking at the final piece, and now he's got to really take it and run with it. And so sky's the limit for where he wants to go, for sure.
He told me it's his first time in New York City. He seems to be living his best life. He loves it here in NYC.
Well, I mean, Minnesota, so he's a Minnesota cat. So he says he's used to the city. I'm like, it's a little different. So, but it's been great. The best thing about it is he's used to the cold, so it's nothing new for him, and he's having a good time. And Ramir's showing him around and stuff like that. So those two guys are spending their last couple weeks together. It's been pretty special.
We've heard so much about just how important it is for some of those younger guys. How much have you seen the guys in your room continue to grow over these last 4 weeks of having those bowl practices? Guys like Quentin Ives, Mekhi Nelson, how much have they grown here recently?
Yeah, the younger guys in that room have really excelled the last couple of weeks. Especially Quentin and Mekhi, and even Ken Williams and Bauer. Those young guys, are flashes during the bowl developmental practices. But Quentin and Mekhi really are coming into to play ready. Those guys can get out. I feel comfortable about what they're going to do if they get in the game, and they'll make some plays for us.
Seen Quentin, obviously, with the return game, make an impact there, but how much are you going to need him to step up and be a part of that running back rotation on Saturday?
Yeah, right now, you always got to have 3 ready to play, and he's in that 3. So, hopefully, it's as soon as his name gets called, he'll be ready to play. So.
And what about Mekhi? What makes him special as a young running back?
His confidence and competitive nature. He's got natural instincts, but he's a really competitive kid. He's a fighter, and so he's not going to back down from anybody. And so he's a young cat, but he plays like an older cat. So we're excited to see what he can do.
Great stuff. How about just this offense overall with Coach Holgerson and just the last few weeks of continuing to build off of what you did towards the end of the season? How has that gone?
It's been great. Coach has been excellent with us. He's came in. I'm really impressed how fast he learned the offense and his decision-making skills, and very decisive, really clear in what he wants. And it's been great in the room, and we worked well together. And so we're excited as assistant coaches, and the players love him too. So it works out good.
We've heard a lot just about this Boston College defense, physical up front, and it's going to be cold. What are the keys? What's going to be important for your guys to do to be able to help this team win a football game on Saturday?
Well, their head coach is a Northeast guy. His track record speaks for itself, and the film speaks for itself. Those kids play hard. They're going to play hard, and there's no doubt about it. They're going to come here and try to win. So our guys got to be ready. This is not something we're taking lightly. So they have our respect, and we're going to go out there and compete.
How important is the run game going to be in this one, though, for your guys?
You know me, it's always important now. So, for us, it's an opportunity for us to really come out here and show the Northeast blue-collar football and some downhill running. And so I'm excited. We're excited. Anytime Coach calls run, we're going to be fired up now. So
you're going to have lots of fans in the stands too, right?
Yeah,
being from the area.
That's right. It was really good to get back and see some high school coaches and my family. So it's been a special moment for me, and obviously Coach Rule's from the area too. So it's been great for us to kind of get home and see some people that we haven't seen in a long time, and just get some of this nice fresh New York air. So it's been good.
Awesome, great stuff. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Again, that was E.J. Barthel, Huskers running backs coach, who is also making a homecoming back here. He was giving me some suggestions on some restaurants of where I should take my mom to eat and some of the best spots to hit up. that is certainly a nice thing to have. Coach Rule's familiar with the area. Ed Foley's familiar with the area. A lot of the guys that have been up here, been around, spent a lot of time in the area. They know all the best spots to go, and they're suggesting to everybody that's a part of the party, the travel party, where to go, the sites that you got to make sure and see. I love what Coach Rule said when I chatted with him after the Central Park walkthrough. He likes to just walk around. It is, if you haven't been around, there's so much to see, and you could just watch the people, watch all the comings and goings and the hustle and bustle, but there is a lot going on, and it's great to have some guys with some familiarity of how to navigate the city, but also the best spots to hit up, because there are many, many places to go. But you can tell it's just meant a lot to him and a lot of those guys that are from this area to be able to spend this week here with this group of football players. Got to step aside for a break here on Sports Nightly. Coming up next, we move to the other side of the ball. We're going to talk some defense with Nebraska linebackers coach Rob Dvorak. Keep it here on Sports Nightly.
Husker fans, this is Coach Hoiberg thanking you for supporting our program. Your passion and presence have created one of the best home court advantages in college basketball. Additionally, thank you for supporting your Husker student athletes through contributions to 1890 Nebraska, the official NIL collective of Husker Athletics. 100% of your contributions to 1890 go to Husker athletes, positively affecting their lives in so many ways. So visit 1890nebraska.com or text NEBNIL to 801-801 today and go Big Red.
You may have heard about Monolith, how right here in Nebraska, we're producing low-emission carbon black for tires across North America, how we'll soon be providing farmers with locally made fertilizer to reduce our reliance on foreign imports, how we're investing hundreds of millions in multiple Nebraska facilities. You might have heard Monolith is changing the world. We're not. You are. Along with many other Nebraskans in high-paying jobs that support families and communities. Monolith. Nebraska made.
It's the final days of the year-end sales event at your Midwest Ford dealers. Cap off the year with 1.9 financing plus $1,000 holiday cash plus no payments for 90 days on F-150. This New Year's, we're counting down with the best deals on your favorite Ford vehicles. Don't drop the ball. Time is running out. The final days of the year-end sales event are on now. But hurry, it all ends January 2nd. Get 1.9 financing for 60 months plus $1,000 holiday cash plus no payments for 90 days on F-150. Only at your Midwest Ford dealers. Driven by value.
They're out there. Rare, mysterious, powerful, elusive, legendary.
Do you mean Bigfoot?
No, the 8 red 2024 Ford F-150 XLT 4x4 Super Crew trucks people can win, playing $2 trucks and bucks from the Nebraska Lottery.
Why didn't you just say so?
I'm in acting school.
That tracks.
Trucks and Bucks, top prize odds, 1 in 336,000. Ford F-150 is a registered trademark owned and licensed by Ford Motor Company.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Husker fans, it's game day, and Pizza Hut's got your perfect play. Score the game day special for just $29.99. Get 2 medium 3-topping pizzas, 8 boneless wings, and 5 breadsticks. Enough to feed 8 hungry fans. Pizza, wings, breadsticks, and more. It's the ultimate lineup to fuel your game day. Check out the full menu online at pizzahut.com or in store. Because remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Nebraska soybeans power everyday products, from Goodyear tires and Skechers shoes to soy-based turf and fire suppressants. These innovations replace petroleum and utilize other components of the soybean, leading to more sustainable products worldwide.
I'm Doug Sadoff, a farmer near Trumbull, Nebraska. Thanks to cutting-edge research, soybeans are now in everything from tires to turf. It's amazing to see how these advancements are unlocking new potential for our crops.
Soybeans are a win for every product and everyone. Nebraska soybeans, feeding, fueling, and innovating for the future.
Welcome to the Make It Jingle with Kris Kringle podcast. Today we're talking to Jan from Toyota, all about Toyotathon.
Hi!
So, tell me about Toyotathon.
Well, from now until January 6th is the perfect time to get a new Camry, RAV4, Highlander, and more.
Oh, how exciting! So what can you do in a new Toyota this holiday season?
With a new RAV4, you can go snowboarding with your friends.
I love dashing through the snow.
Take a Camry to a tree lighting ceremony.
Sounds merry and bright.
Or even load up the family in a Highlander to go ice skating.
What a jolly good time. So, Jan, got any red Tacomas? After my big job, I'm taking the missus down to Florida to go surfing.
Florida? I'm there.
Dealer inventory may vary. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyota Thon, which ends on January 6th. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
See your independently owned Omaha Metro Toyota dealers, Corin Toyota of Bellevue, Village Point Toyota of Omaha, or Baxter Toyota of La Vista.
If you've been looking for a reason to fill up your car with unleaded 88, how about this? Unleaded 88
can help you save big at the pump
and save the planet by cutting greenhouse gas emissions.
Any car 2001 or newer is approved to use unleaded 88. Speaking of good, it's made from corn, which is great for farmers.
As I was saying, if you need a reason to choose unleaded 88, there you have them. Unleaded 88. Engine smart, earth kind. Visit chooseunleaded88.com to learn more.
It's the final days of the year-end sales event at your Midwest Ford dealers. Cap off the year with 1.9 financing plus $1,000 holiday cash plus no payments for 90 days on F-150. This New Year's, we're counting down with the best deals on your favorite Ford vehicles. Don't drop the ball. Time is running out. The final days of the year-end sales event are on now. But hurry, it all ends January 2nd. Get 1.9 financing for 60 months plus $1,000 holiday cash plus no payments for 90 days on F-150. Only at your Midwest Ford dealers. Driven by value.
Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse and the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics, and our great sponsor of our coverage here of Nebraska in the Pinstripe Bowl all week long. Welcome back to Sports Nightly. Got a couple segments left here. I'm Jessica Coody. So I mentioned in the last segment the announcement of the Husker Senior Awards, and one of those guys also receiving an award is the Corn Husker, and John Bullock receiving the Corn Husker Award. The senior linebacker, and the definition of the Corn Husker is presented to a player who started their Nebraska career as a walk-on and made the largest contribution to the team in their last season of eligibility. He has been a rock for this defense, just so solid there in the inside. And it was crazy as he considered maybe not coming back, but he's been a huge piece of this defense all season long. And when you talk about those guys that really deserve to have a chance to play in a bowl game, he is one of those guys. And this is why he came back, to be able to have Nebraska back in a bowl game. And he means a lot to his position coach. There's no doubt about it, Rob Dvorak. So I got a chance to also chat with linebackers coach Rob Dvorak following practice today to check in on those linebackers and how preparations are going for those guys. How does it feel? How, I guess, have preparations gone so far?
It's been good. I think the guys have showed up every day, come to work. I'm excited for the game. It's been, it's a long week because you do a lot, and obviously you're busy getting on a bus, traveling, going to see a lot of things. So I'm ready for the game. I'm excited for the guys. It should be a good time.
So let's start with a guy like John Bullock. How much does it mean to you that he's getting to play in a bowl game here in his final game as a Husker?
It means a lot. John was debating whether to come back last year after the season, come back for another year or not. And so he's like, I want to go out the right way. I want to do things right and go to a bowl game, which, last year they didn't get the opportunity to do that. So I'm really proud of him, happy for him. I'm excited to just see him go play one more time.
What does it do for a program moving forward when these guys see guys like John Bullock, Ty Robinson, Nash Hupmaker all want to be a part and do what they've done and then also play in this final game?
I think it means a lot. I mean, these guys, they put in so much work. I mean, obviously from us getting here 2 years ago it is now, and a new staff and going through all the changes they've been through and a lot of the sacrifices, and we're trying to get them to a bowl game last year, and for them to get that opportunity this year. I know the season isn't always the way you want it to go, the ups and downs, the highs and lows, but the guys are competitive. I'm excited for them. They deserve this, and I'm happy they're here.
Javen Wright's listed at the top of the depth chart going into this one. He's played a lot of football for you. How ready is he to start and help lead the way also there for you guys at linebacker?
Yeah, he'll be ready to go. It's been a long year for him as well. Obviously some injury things that he's been dealing with, and obviously he's been here for a long time too. So for him to go out there and play in a game like this, a meaningful bowl game, it's really cool for him, and working on him coming back next year, so it'll be good.
You've had some young guys that have already stepped in and made an impact for you, but your room overall, you got some young talent. How do you like the growth that they've been able to continue to build off of here over these last few weeks of practice?
They've come a long way. This bowl practice prep has been really good for them. I mean, essentially you get really like a spring ball, which we didn't get that opportunity last year. So this development for them is really important, and just to be around the older guys and to see what this experience is like. And this is the standard moving forward, this is at minimum what we're going to be doing. So it's been really good for them.
For a guy like Vincent Schaefer's, what about him has allowed him to come in and play so much for you guys and make such an impact?
I think obviously we talked about before, like his traits and his ability to run around and hit people, and he loves the game. But he's also matured a lot since he's got here. His body's matured, he's developed, and then him learning the game allowed him to go out there and contribute this year in a meaningful way.
With John Butler taking over the reins as defensive coordinator, how has that been, and transitioning to him leading this defense here going into this one?
It's been great. Obviously, Coach Butler was here the whole season, so that transition for him was pretty easy to just kind of hop in and take the reins himself. But it's been good. Him and I have been working a lot together to try to make sure that we got a good plan, and he does a great job with our players, and obviously is extremely bright when it comes to the game of football. He's been doing it for a long time, and so it's been really good.
So what are going to be the keys then for your guys, specifically the linebackers, in this matchup against Boston College?
Well, obviously these guys like to run the football, so we got to do a great job stopping the run game, and then when the opportunities come in the pass game, we got to take advantage of them. But we got to take away the run game. They do a great job running the football, and they're a tough physical team. So we'll see when we go out there on Saturday.
You've been a part of a lot of programs. What's the difference, I guess, going into the offseason with a win? How much momentum can that provide?
A lot. The plane ride home is much different, and then just the energy going into the offseason is different. Obviously, going to a bowl game is a huge deal, but now go win it is even better, and it creates a lot of momentum. The guys are excited. You got a little different energy about yourself. So I'm looking forward to hopping on a plane and on a high note and going back home.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate
Thank you.
it. Always enjoyed chatting with Rob Dvorak, one of the nicest guys you will ever meet. Just so kind and welcoming. A lot of these coaches on this staff are, but he is just a very genuine guy, very nice guy. You can understand why the guys in his room would run through a brick wall for him, why they love playing for him so much. All right, got to get to our final break here in hour number 2. Coming up next, you're going to hear another interview from Damon. He had a chance to catch up with Riley Van Poppel, one of the big guys up front that's going to be a part of that defensive line rotation on Saturday. He had a chance to chat with Riley following practice, so keep it here. We're back to wrap up hour number 2 of Sports Nightly coming up after this.
We're sharing more love than ever before during the 2024 Subaru Share the Love event. By the end of this year, Subaru and its retailers like Duto Subaru will have donated nearly $320 million to charities like the ASPCA, Make-A-Wish, Meals on Wheels America, and the National Park Foundation. Duto Subaru is proud to support the Capital Humane Society during the Subaru Share the Love event. Visit Duto Subaru at 27th Street and Jamie Lane in Lincoln or at dutosubaru.com.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check the propane tank on your grill first before hosting a tailgate.
Let's fire up. Here, let me try. Seriously? You didn't check the propane? Who wants chips?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Salt and vinegar?
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
In the heartland, where ambition thrives, there are those who are made and those who are made for more. Just like the Huskers on game day, Kloss, a leading producer of ag equipment, unleashes the power of ambition in the field. Discover why our cutting-edge machinery and unwavering support aren't just a promise, they're a commitment to your success. Because at Kloss, we know you are made for more. Visit your Kloss dealer or CLAAS.com.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
If you've been looking for a reason to fill up your car with unleaded 88, how about this? Unleaded 88
can help you save big at the pump.
And save the planet by cutting greenhouse gas emissions.
Any car 2001 or newer is approved to use unleaded 88. Speaking of good, it's made from corn, which is great for farmers.
As I was saying, if you need a reason to choose unleaded 88, there you have them. Unleaded 88. Engine smart, earth kind. Visit chooseunleaded88.com to learn more.
When you're in the stands and have the ability to control your irrigation in the field, it's a game-changing moment. Valley is where farming meets end zone efficiency. With AgSense remote irrigation technology, farmers become the MVPs of their fields. Experience real-time, play-by-play action and control that keeps you ahead. Score big with irrigation technology from Valley. It's technology that improves your life and lets you be at the game and in the game. Find your local Valley dealer at valleyirrigation.com.
Woodhouse is proud to be the broadcast sponsor for the Pinstripe Bowl on December 28th. Tune in starting at 7 a.m. for pregame coverage with kickoff at 11. Don't miss a moment. Brought to you by Woodhouse. Welcome back. Final segment here of Sports Nightly. I'm Jessica Coody, and it's been a fun week so far. There's lots going on, as we said, to juggle and balance for these guys. Lots of appearances they have to make and media obligations. But it's been a fun week. You can tell that this is a group that's really enjoyed it. And I remember I said this was going into the Iowa game. Riley Van Poppel was back in uniform. The Huskers decided they wanted to utilize the red shirt with him, play 4 games, and then he can still play in the bowl game. So he played the 4 regular season games, so he is going to be suited up. But he was chomping at the bit during warm-ups in that game against Iowa. You can tell he's ready to go. He's been unleashed, and he's fired up with this one. Damon had a chance to chat with him following practice.
Here with Riley Van Poppel. Riley, this has got to be a culmination of things, right? You've been patient all season. You get a chance to be back out here with your guys playing. How does it feel?
It feels amazing. I mean, you come out here to this beautiful city. We're super blessed to be here in New York at Christmas time. Most importantly, playing the game of football. And for me, it's special just because, you know, seniors' last day, they just walked off. Some of those guys have poured into me for the past 2 years, and I think it's just special we get to go out one more time on Saturday with a group of guys that want to represent the block in, and we get to go out there and play ball again.
Such a unique case. You've liked Nebraska early in your recruiting process. You kind of weathered the storm. You've been good enough to play. You had to be strategic, and you've had to mature. It's a heck of a story so far.
Yeah, I think it just goes back to my faith. You know, I'm a big Christian. I believe in God, and from when I was getting recruited, I had a feeling in my gut and in my heart told me to stick it out, go to Nebraska, and, you know, stuff happened with the Rule coming, and I just prayed about it, talked to Coach Rule and his staff, and I've just loved it here ever since. And then, you know, when they redshirted me, it was hard at first, but, you know, you look at successful guys and what they do is they redshirt, they develop, and I know I wasn't a perfect player. Like, I could go play, but there was stuff I wanted to do personally with just my size, my weight, and my game, stuff to focus on. And so at the end of the day, I think it was the best decision for me.
You've been patient all season. You talked about getting a chance to be out here with your brothers for this bowl game. How important is it for you guys to go out and play well against BC?
Oh, it's super important. I mean, reason number 1, send the seniors off the right way, and reason number 2, it's how we start next year. You know, we've been talking about how this isn't the last game of 2024, but it's the first game of 2025, and this is going to determine how winter workouts go, how spring ball goes, and then how we're going to start the season off next year.
Best wishes to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that is going to do it for us here on Sports Nightly this Thursday, December 26th edition, as we are getting closer and closer to kickoff in the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl inside Yankee Stadium. Coming up tomorrow night on the program, we will have our full 2 hours of Sports Nightly. Greg Sharpe will join us, and we'll tag team this both here in New York and back there in Lincoln. Coach Rule is set to have his Friday or I guess Thursday press conferences. He's going to meet with the media. They're going to have a walkthrough at Yankee Stadium tomorrow. I'll have a chance to chat with a couple of I believe both coordinators I'm scheduled to chat with that we will be able to bring you tomorrow night on the program, and player interviews as well. So still lots of great content coming up here tomorrow night before we will, be ready to kick this off at 11 a.m. and with the pregame show starting at 7 a.m. on Saturday. And I'm sure Greg, he was fired up about the Huskers in Hawaii, so he's going to want to chat about that as well. So lots of great stuff coming up for you here. Full 2 hours tomorrow night of Sports Nightly. Thanks to Josh Eckelman for helping us here tonight, and Damon Benning, and all the guys that were kind enough to spend some time with us here in New York. Thanks for listening and watching. Have a great night, Husker Nation.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
If you've been looking for a reason to fill up your car with unleaded 88, how about this? Unleaded 88
can help you save big at the pump.
And save the planet by cutting greenhouse gas emissions.
Any car 2001 or newer is approved to use unleaded 88. Speaking of good, it's made from corn, which is great for farmers.
As I was saying, if you need a reason to choose unleaded 88, there you have them. Unleaded 88. Engine smart, earth kind. Visit chooseunleaded88.com to learn more.
Shop Woodhouse Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram during the Wrap Up the Year sales event. Lease the 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn for just $399 per month. Visit us in Blair or Bellevue or online anytime. Woodhouse is your trusted Ram dealer. 42 months, 10,000 miles per year with approved credit. Tax title license extra. For well-qualified returning lease customers, $1,999 down plus first payment and $299 doc fee due at signing. Stock number BC250089. Offer expires 12/31/2024. See dealer for details.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it's safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health and find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
If there's one thing Nebraska's known for, it's our beef. And Nebraska soybeans feed a lot of them, and even more pigs and chickens.
I'm Jason Pinky, a farmer near Craig, Nebraska. Soybeans are vital for feeding our livestock, and they're also a powerhouse protein source for people worldwide. Our world needs protein, and Nebraska soybeans are making a difference.
From tailgate grills to global plates, farmers deliver affordable, nutritious protein